Can you feel that? The warmth? The energy rising up through your chest? No? Bang on your chest with me. Don't think about how stupid it is. That's just petty pride. Just do it. Can you feel that? The connection? The energy of hundreds of others doing this at the exact same time? At different times? But all unified under one simple action? That energy you feel is the power of collective human thought. It has the power to give this useless motion meaning, and that is the essence of spirituality. Hello everyone, and welcome to Spark Studios. I'm your humble host, Kid Quark. There's still paint on my face, isn't there? God damn it, guys. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the science of spirituality and the power of collective belief. So if you're wondering why that intro got you so pumped, well, that or just gave you the urge to shower in scalding hot water to wash away all of the weird. The reason that you felt that way is because the neurotransmitter serotonin was activated through outside stimuli. You experienced what's called a quantum electrochemical connection with everyone else that participated. Now, what does that mean, you ask? How can the brain connect to others? Well, have you ever wondered why you can feel when other people stare at you, even when you can't see them do it? That is because your brain acts like a radio transmitter and receiver that communicates with its surroundings. This doesn't just apply to people, but to everything. Quantumly, your brain is connected to events occurring millions of light years away. Now that's a cool thought, but what if I told you that belief is so powerful it can affect the physical world around us? The most obvious example of this is the placebo effect. This phenomenon was first discovered by administering sugar pills in pharmaceutical studies to act as a control group. The surprising result was that if sick people believed that they were getting treated to become better, they actually would start to get better. To make that easier to understand, we all have that one friend who acts really drunk at a party, even though you know they've been nursing the same wine cooler all night. Well, what if I told you that this phenomenon only scratched the surface of the power of collective belief? I mean, if thought alone can actively help remedy sickness, what else is it capable of? While it makes some sense, at least, that your own thoughts can affect your own body, did you know it can affect things outside of the body just as easily? Did you know that several studies have been conducted to see whether or not thought can affect the physical world? And while this may sound like a cheap sci-fi movie, it turns out a researcher developed a rice experiment to demonstrate the power of belief and its influence on the tangible world. This doctor placed cooked rice into two separate containers, one with a label saying "thank you," while the other said "you fool." Sounds like my father. I'm sorry, Papa. I'm a failure. Sorry you had to see that. Well, then the doctor had children say aloud what they read on the label every day for 30 days. The results were astonishing. The positive reinforced rice decayed at a much slower rate than the negatively regarded rice. That's incredible, right? I mean, a borderline miracle. Well, if that wasn't good enough, how about a real miracle? There have been unique case studies recorded by doctors where a patient with terminal cancer becomes inexplicably cured without taking any medication or altering their diet or behavioral patterns in any way. The only explanation that these patients offered for this was that they prayed collectively with their church to heal themselves of the cancer. Now keep in mind, this isn't hearsay, it's documented fact. The hospital detected cancer, then a few visits later it was suddenly completely gone. Now, regardless of your religious alignment, there are obviously fundamental forces in the universe at play here that we simply do not understand. I guess what I want everyone to take away from this is the importance of unity, connectivity, and positivity. You should never be afraid to reach out to each other, to take a stranger's hand, to offer a kind word, to be thankful for each day, to celebrate a great meal with friends and family, to get more in touch with nature, and even the cosmos itself. It doesn't matter what you believe, only that you believe. That is the essence of spirituality. And that's all we have time for today. Before we close out today's episode, though, Spark Studios and I want to tell you guys about our new Never Sell Out Fund. In an effort to keep the show as an independent entity free of outside influence, we want the show to be entirely funded by the community. That's you guys. So below in the text box, there's a link where you the people, can donate so that we at the studio can always keep it real. Remember that anything helps, and that donations are never required, but always appreciated. Also, be sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss out on the next episode titled The Anguish of Anxiety. There we will talk about how anxiety is a modern day illness and how defeating it can free up your mind for much more fulfilling things. Until then, I'm your host, Kid Quark, reminding you that all it takes to get inspired is a little spark.